years ago, I was diagnosed with melanoma cancer. Me and God, we're good buddies, and I asked for help, and He sent me people to tell me what to do. And so I went to have a melanoma cancer removed off the top of my head, but they didn't get it all, and I was eventually diagnosed with terminal cancer, and that was a death sentence. Now, fast forward, I'm going to St. Mary's, Alaska with my wife to see my grandchildren, my daughter, Rachel, and son-in-law, possibly for the last time. The day that I saw the Bigfoot, we get into the boat and we're motoring up the Andrevsky River, which flows into the Yukon. We fished all morning, caught nothing, so we found a sandbar and unloaded the boat. And then I said, let's go after it, steelhead. I had a steelhead on earlier that day. And so my son-in-law, he and I alone jumped in. We went downriver, and he pointed up the hill. He says, what is that? He whispered, what is that? And I said, that's a big old brown bear. No, what is that? Then it stood up. And when he stood up, he took 2 great big steps and squatted back down and started eating again. In my mind, as a non-believer, I'm thinking, bear can't do that. He finally passed me the binoculars, and when I looked, I saw fingers this long with the thumb way back here. And I thought, a bear? That's a Bigfoot! And I was just stunned. And so I handed him the binoculars, and then I hear this. Oh! Now we're both believers. And the big guy, that big, beautiful creature, stood up and turned and looked straight at me. I cannot tell you what that did to me. I saw grill wrinkles right here. I saw a nose twice as wide as mine. I saw a bare face, a bald forehead with a raised eyebrow ridge right here, no eyebrows. The hair started right on, kind of right up here on the, towards the top of his head and went all the way to his ankles. The hair started, I think, at his knuckles and went all the way down. I couldn't see hair on the fingers. His shoulders were about this wide, and his body was, so muscular, so incredible. Not much of a neck. We could see it from the front, but from the side and the back, you couldn't see it at all. His head was about twice as wide as mine. The eyes were up a little higher than normal human eyes, and they were either solid black or solid black and brown. I'm not sure which. And he just looked at us. You know, our eyes just locked, and my jaw hit the bottom of the boat. His stare, wow. Well, after about 10 seconds, he turned and knelt and laid down, and then we're trading the binoculars back and forth. I'm wanting to see him again so bad my teeth hurt. If you look out here in the field, there's cows, and I was a cow milker, and I sang to the cows. I taught my kids to sing to the cows, and so I started singing to this Bigfoot. You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. Got through the verse once, and he didn't stand up, so I thought maybe he can't hear me, so I'm raising my voice slowly as I go into the second verse, and I finally got right to, you make me happy when skies are gray, and he stood up. I was elated. Eventually, after about 10 minutes, we watched him walk up that tundra hillside. Great big giant steps. He walked up that mountain faster than I could run down. It was my son-in-law said, look at that. No human can walk on the tundra like that. And he went over the hill, and the last thing we saw was the top of his head going down the other side of the hill. We finally turned around and went back to the boat. Most solemn experience of my life, going down that river. Me and God were talking. Thank you, God. I'm diagnosed to die. Thank you for letting me see such an incredible thing and to experience this in the last time of my life. Of course, that was 10 years ago. I am God's miracle. I have to come back here to Vernal, Utah, and so I knew that the only time I would be able to talk to anybody about a Bigfoot was at the airport. I walk in, there's about 30, 35 people there. I've seen a Bigfoot, have any of you? I wanted answers. I wanted knowledge, and I got 5 stories. I'm diagnosed to die. I might as well let it go. Tell people it's true. I became an interviewer, and I have hundreds of Bigfoot stories, 500 or 600. When he was walking away, I called out to him, "You're the most beautiful creature in the world. Please don't go." He looked more human. I was hoping he could understand me, but he never turned to look back, not once. My purpose in sharing this story with you is to bless those who have not been able to share their story and have been mocked